In this video, I'm going to explain relative positions of a parabola and a line in a plane. This is the topic under the graphical solutions of inequalities here. If you want to find the relative positions, it may have three different cases. One of them is they will intersect one line and one parabola. They may intersect at two different points, or they may tangent to each other. They may be tangent to each other, tangent point, this point it is, and they may not intersect. And how we are going to understand which solution we are going to find, or which of the result we are going to get. Firstly, if two function is intersecting to each other, or if we are trying to understand are they intersecting or not, we should say firstly they are equal to each other, which means when the x values are equal to each other. So here at this point and this point, the x values actually x values of the line and x values of the parabola, they are equal to each other, and we are trying to find that x values. When you say fx is equal to gx, then you are going to get this quadratic equation. This is going to be quadratic equation again, and for this quadratic equation, of course, we are going to find delta. And delta, if it is greater than 0 for this quadratic equation, it means that you have two intersection points. If delta is equal to 0, the line is tangent. If delta is less than 0, the line does not intersect to parabola. It's going to be. Okay, let's solve some questions and try to understand the question better. X squared plus 2x plus 5 it is given, and y is equal to 5x plus 9. So if we are trying to understand are they intersecting to each other or not, we are going to say first they are equal to each other. At which point they are equal to each other? X squared plus 2x plus 5 is when they are equal to each other 5x plus 9, which means x squared plus 2x plus 5 minus 5x minus 9 is equal to 0. So this is one quadratic equation like x squared minus 3x minus 4 is equal to 0. If there is, this is quadratic equation, of course you can check the delta, or directly you can find delta is equal to b squared minus 4ac, b squared minus 4ac it's going to be, and delta is equal to minus 3 squared minus 4 times a is equal to, for this quadratic function, a is equal to 1 and c is equal to minus 4 it's going to be again. So delta is equal to 9 plus 16, so delta is equal to 25 it's going to be. If delta is greater than 0, it means that functions, these two functions, they are intersecting at 2 points. Functions intersecting at 2 points. Then we are going to do like this. If you know the, here let me take the solutions. Okay, a bit right here. If you have delta greater than 0 case, you can find the x1. x1 is the first intersection point, which is x value of the intersection point. X is equal to, let's say, x1 is equal to minus b plus root of delta over 2a it's going to be. Actually, root delta is equal to root of 25, which is 5 also. So I'm going to find minus b root delta, which is equal to minus b is here for this function, minus 3 it's going to be, which is plus 3, and plus 5 over 2 times 1, which is equal to 8 over 2, which is equal to 4. So this is the first x value, and x2 is equal to minus b minus root of delta over 2a it's going to be, which is equal to 3 minus 5 all over 2, which is equal to minus 2 over 2, and it's equal to minus 1. These are the x values, and these are the x values, and we are going to find the y values, because these are not the intersection points. These are the x values of the intersection points. So here, if we draw the graph simply like this, here, let's say one of them is going to be equal to, on the x-axis, this is the x-axis, one of the point it's going to be -1, and the other point on the x-axis it's going to be 4. Okay, let's do the second one. Second one is x squared plus 3x plus 7. Again, I'm going to do the same operation here. X squared plus 3x plus 7. I'm going to say it's equal to 5x plus 6. Then I'm going to say x squared plus 3x plus 7 minus 5x minus 6 is equal to 0. Then x squared minus 2x plus 1 is going to be equal to 0. When I check the delta is going to be equal to b squared minus 4ac, which is equal to, delta is equal to minus 2 squared minus 4 times 1 times 1, which is equal to 4 minus 4. This is equal to 0. So the case is delta is equal to 0. In delta is equal to 0, if you remember, the case was the tangent case. So it means that they are going to intersect at one point, which is when we find x1 and x2, it's equal to minus b plus minus root of delta, if you remember, root of delta, but this is 0 over 2a. So minus, here that's equal to minus 2x minus 2 over plus minus root of 0 over 2 times 1. Root of 0 is equal to 0, it's going to be, so it's equal to plus 0 minus 0. That's not going to affect, minus 2 over, and minus 2, that's why it's going to be plus 2. Minus 2, that's going to be plus 2. And the answer is going to be equal to 2 over 2, which is equal to 1. It means that our line and parabola intersecting at x is equal to 1. Here, the intersection point, x value of the intersection point is 1 on the x-axis. It's going to be. Now we are going to continue with this question. The functions are given, x squared minus mx plus 3 and x minus 6 is given. Find the values of m for which does not intersect the parabola. So I'm going to find the common solution, then I'm going to find the delta, and does not intersect the parabola means delta, our delta, chosen delta, I mean the common solution's delta must be less than 0, and I'm looking for this case. Okay, x squared minus mx plus 3 is going to be equal to x squared minus mx plus 3 must be equal to x minus 6 to find the intersection points if there is. Then x squared minus mx minus x plus 3 plus 6 is going to be equal to 0, which means x squared minus, in parentheses, if I get minus parentheses, m plus 1 x it should be, because this is m, it's written here, and minus 1 parentheses, when you get minus parentheses, that should be plus 1, which is in front of it, and I got x parentheses also, this x and then this x I got, which is minus m minus 1, but when you get minus parentheses, it's going to be minus m plus 1x plus 9 is equal to 0. So this is the quadratic equation, new quadratic equation, intersection quadratic equation, and we are going to find when delta is less than 0 for the with respect to a solution. When delta is less than 0, a, we are looking for delta is less than 0, which means b squared minus 4ac is less than 0. Then we are going to get here minus m plus 1 square, minus m plus 1 square, actually this here it should be like this. M plus 1 square minus 4 times a is equal to 1 plus 9, it's going to be c is equal to 9, less than 0. That's equal to m plus 1 square minus 36 is less than 0. And this is going to be equal to, here I'm going to go downward a bit, m square, m plus 1, this is a square minus b square, m square plus 2m plus 1, it's going to be minus 36. I expand the form, m square, then the answer is going to be m square plus 2m minus 35 is less than 0. It's going to be less than 0, which means here I'm going to find the m values for, this is quadratic inequality for m value, and I need to find firstly the roots of it, which means m squared plus 2m minus 35 is equal to 0, and I can factorize this one, and this is going to be equal to minus 35 minus 7 or plus 7 times minus 5, plus 7 times minus 5 I said because 7 minus 5 is equal to 2, and 7 times minus 5 is equal to minus 35. So this factorization is true. Crossly when you multiply, this is going to be 7m and this is going to be minus 5m, where the sum is equal to 2m. It's going to be then m plus 7 times m minus 5 is equal to 0. This means that m1 is equal to minus 7 and m2 is equal to 5. It's going to be, again I'm repeating, this is quadratic inequality, so the solution is going to be table. In the table, if you remember, we are going to write sorry about the computer problem. Then here it's going to be minus infinity and infinity side. Then these are the m values, minus 7 and 5. Then if the function is m square minus 2m minus 35, then the signs are going to be plus, minus, and plus. Why it is plus? Because the sign of m square is plus. Then we are going to get the minus area because it's less than 0. Then I need to be careful about that one also. This is less than 0, so I got this interval. So m is element of minus 7 and minus 5. It's going to be, this is open interval. This is because this is less than 0. So what does it mean? When m is between minus 7 and 5, delta is less than 0, and if delta is less than 0, it means that our function, common function, x squared minus m plus 1x plus 9 is equal to 0, does not intersect with the parabola, or the line does not intersect the parabola, so they don't have common solution. Line and parabola, they don't have common solution, they don't have intersection point when delta is less than 0.